Hi and welcome to RuckU News, the review, not the preview. I'll say that a bit slower for you Celts. The review, not the preview. Funny, I know. Yeah. The old ones are the best. Boom, boom. Great weekend. Great weekend of rugby. Well, not because England won, just some great games, some close games. Looking at the last one, first, Scotland-France. Bad news really, I think, because Scotland are looking quite good. Backs look good. First time for a long time, you looked at the midfield in Scotland and thought, some good running, some good pace. Always had a good pack of forwards, and with Beattie returning, you just think, it's starting to look good. There are not many sides who could have scored 3 tries against that French team. So impressive, worrying. Stop it. As for the French, very French. Very, very French. At times brilliant, breathtaking. They are, on a serious note, almost to a man, the only team I think in world rugby that can hold the ball and delay a pass as they just change their line, just to hook in defenders, just to commit them, and then the ball goes. Just beautiful delaying of the ball. It's just, when they're on form, bloody awesome. The only hope for all of us, I think, is that Lieberman likes to fiddle with selection. He's a fiddler. He likes to dabble. He likes to tinker. All those things. And as long as he keeps doing that, hopefully the team won't settle into an awesome one, because it has that potential. Ireland, Italy, I thought it would be a comfortable win. Didn't see the game. Probably a good thing. So probably the less said about that, the better. From an Irish point of view, possibly just tanks and shite. But from an Italian point of view, great opportunity gone. From what I gather, Parise, hopefully that's the Italians' great performance. Hopefully they'll be a little bit down this weekend. Fingers crossed. But more about that later. But not a great start from Ireland, and it is just going to perpetuate all the chat about whether they're over the hill, etc., etc. So we need a little more sparkle from the boy band in the backs. Come on, boys! I don't know why my voice goes up when I do that. I don't know what it is. Obviously, there are Irishmen with very deep voices. I've just never met one. England-Wales, what a great atmosphere. And whatever people say, for me, it was a great, great win. Not a great game, in a sense, not a great spectacle, not beautiful rugby, not high levels of skill, but a great win because it is a bloody tough place to go as an Englishman to win. And I know maybe a few have heard the story for us when we eventually won for the first time in 36 years. It was probably an even number actually. 36 years. We, for the first time, stayed in the middle of Cardiff. And we did get the abuse over early on, but we walked into the ground as a statement, because so often, England, who had gone down there, terribly nice chaps, drunk tea in the afternoon on Thursday and Friday, and we'd stay down in St Pierre, golf from Country Club, which is a beautiful place, just over the bridge, so you could still smell England, you could still see the green and pleasant land. So we'd spend 2 lovely days there, drive into Cardiff, lose and go home. Very English. And I didn't really want that to carry on, and we didn't want it to carry on, so we stayed in the middle of Cardiff in '91 and walked into the ground, which was quite an experience, as you can imagine. There were a lot of people hanging around, and they suddenly realised this team walking along, kit bags, and it was the English team. I obviously walked in very close to Wade Dooley, Dean Richards and Mike Teague, because I'm brave like that. But to watch their faces, it was different. And for me, that's what I wanted to see from England, was a bit of steel. I don't agree if he had said them, you know, the Foden, big country, small country. No, not at all. Wales have an incredible history in terms of rugby, and when I grew up, it's what made it awesome to go down there, where your heroes, the Edwards, Gerald Davis, JPR, they'd all played there, Bennett, Quinnells. It was just like a kid, like, this is where they played. It was like, wow. And so they have this huge passion. And for me, it's just something to be respected, to be jealous of. And that's what England should be. We're not a bigger country, you know, in terms of population. It's irrelevant. This is rugby. This isn't politics. This isn't history. This is rugby. And it's about winning a rugby match. And you have to match passion with passion, emotion with emotion. And I was really pleased to see England do that. I thought, for Wales, unfortunately, the big names didn't fire. The midfield blend doesn't seem to work. There will always be the constant debate about number 10. I mean, certainly they need to get the ball in Hook's hands far more often, and Shane Williams, and they need to work out how to do that. You know, I think Wales look better when they're moving the ball in hand. Phillips at the moment seems to have lost his confidence. You need a number 9 who can pass the ball quickly to give your backs just that extra split second, and they seem to need that. Yes, the props will be back, but it's belief I think they need, as well as 2 props. England, you know, some very good performances. Palmer, Wood, Flood. I thought all excellent games. I'm not convinced about the midfield. I'd love to see a ball player in there. We have a back 3 that can attack, genuinely has pace. All we need a midfield that can bring that out. So England, yeah, very good start. Really pleased, and it should be a launch pad for them. And we shall see. Italy will be a tough one mentally because everyone expects England to win, and it's exactly the kind of game you don't want to back up after a win against Wales. So we shall see. You know, a last bit of news. I did notice, talking about Welsh and English, Wilkinson down at Toulon and Henson who's going down there, that obviously someone's translated an interview Wilkinson has done where he's urged Henson to knuckle down. I think something's been lost in translation there. You know, he's either urged him to keep his knuckles down, or it's some reference to Knuckles and Henson and stuff like that. But you know, far be it from me to make a joke about Henson and commitment and that sort of stuff. Fingers crossed it works for him and his knuckles down in South of France. But see you later in the week when we shall do a preview of another great weekend coming up. Cheers.